First question is a very simple one. Could you introduce yourself and tell me a little bit about what you've been doing here the last couple of days?
My name's Natasha Almond. I work at York CVS, where I support social enterprise to develop, as well as charities and community groups. I also work for St John's University, doing research into social economy, and that's something I'm really passionate about. So we're looking at developing tools there for universities to embed the social economy. I also run a time bank, York Time Bank. It's a voluntary project at the moment, but something I'm really passionate about, and that's one reason why I'm here today, because it could be one of the answers in supporting the residents to get more involved in doing things in their community. And I've just started a social enterprise called Living Interiors, which is supporting disabled people to create.
Wow, that's blooming busy. That sounds fantastic. Well, obviously, we've been looking at the Right to Solve concept and initiative the last couple of days. What do you think about that? What is your opinion on the Right to Solve initiative, and how do you think it's been tackled over the last few years?
It's something that is desperate need to be done. It's a very large issue that many cities are facing, and globally we have to shift what was a parent-child relationship to an adult-adult relationship in the city, to start getting people to be responsible to solving their own problems. When I first came along, I was incredibly excited. I thought, this is brilliant, bringing everyone together. Then the problem seemed so hard. It was a really hard uphill struggle for everyone to try and get hold of the same problem and understand it. But by the second day we did, and people started being really creative. They understood, they were using a similar language, and started to really form the detail of what needed to be done.
Absolutely, absolutely. And obviously you've been a great part of the ideas process and ideas generation. Have there been any ideas perhaps from yourself or other people that you really feel like have some weight and will be able to be actioned within the future for York?
There's some philosophies that I've heard today which I've really liked. Creative groups that have something called the table, and you can bring people to the table and you share ideas. Nothing leaves the table, people support each other's ideas, and Einstein used it, and it's one of the things he used to do. And so there was this underlying philosophy in the group that we were working on that sort of started to underpin what we were going to achieve. I've heard some really exciting ways of people using new channels to collect information. So the virtual gaming idea is a really exciting way of thinking, of getting certain segmentations in to get involved. We've talked about on community portals, in community centres, touchscreen for people to actually put information in. Large sculptures, so that there's some real visual elements that the community can all get behind and see that there's things that, the democratic process behind it. So lots and lots of different ideas.
Fantastic, fantastic. And obviously, what are your hopes for the future, and how do you think that your skills and the skills of the wider innovative community of York can move forward? What are your hopes and dreams for the future now?
That we work together as a city, that we broaden all sectors, and we have some sort of agreement that for our city to go forward, that we all have to be involved in some shape and form. And whether that's some pro bono support, or all our organisations allow us to have 1% opportunity to participate in problem solving. We need a city-wide agreement and a pledge, and one that people really buy into, to realise that we have to tackle some of these really core issues, and we can only do it together because there are not the resources.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your time today, Natasha. Thank you for joining me in the TP.
Thank you, Dom.